The pressure is really on the Lions. 3 teams in the NFC Central have better records than Detroit. In order for the Lions to make the playoffs, they can't afford to continue their win one, lose one pattern. The Lions in Lambeau Field for the Sunday night game. Detroit came out ready to play. Scott Mitchell with the fake and dump to Corey Schlesinger. Schlesinger gets all the way down to the 1, setting up a Tommy Vardell touchdown for a 7-0 lead. Green Bay comes back. Brett Favre throws the bullet to Robert Brooks. It's tied at 7. Then Scott Mitchell makes a costly mistake. He's nearly sacked, and pass is intercepted by Darren Sharper. No one can bring him down. He makes the TD. 14-7 Packers. Then Favre makes a mistake of his own right here. His pass picked off by Mike Carrier. That leads to a Jason Hanson field goal. It was 14-10 Packers at the half. In the second half, the Lions deep in Green Bay territory, and Scott Mitchell makes another mistake. He's intercepted by Doug Evans, ruining a great opportunity, and Bobby Ross does not like it. Scott Mitchell was rattled. Here he's picked off again. This time it's Leroy Butler. Mitchell threw 4 interceptions. The Packers win 20-10. Detroit is now 4-5. Denny Green and the 6-2 Vikings taking on the New England Patriots. Minnesota leading a close game in the 4th when Brad Johnson and Kris Crocker put it away, hooking up on the touchdown. The Vikings win 23-18. Minnesota has won 5 in a row and is 7-2. Other games in the NFC Central, Tampa improves to 6-3 by beating Indy on a late field goal, and the Bears get thrashed 31-8 by the Redskins. The big game of the day, the 49ers and Cowboys. The big play right here, Steve Young to J.J. Stokes down at the 1, but it set up the game-winning touchdown. Niners beat Dallas 7-10. The Cowboys are 4-5. San Fran is 8-1 on the year. In other action, John Hall kicks the game-winning field goal for the Jets. Also, the Bills win by a field goal. Carolina crushes Oakland 38-14, and Atlanta outscores the Rams 34-31. In another shootout, Cincy beat the Chargers by 7. Jacksonville holds on to beat Tennessee by 6. Arizona gets 2 late touchdowns to beat Philly, and the Broncos improve to 8-1, beating Seattle 30-27. To the ice, the Red Wings are off to a fast start. The Stanley Cup champs finished the first month of the NHL season with a 10-2 record. At the Joe this afternoon, taking on the Anaheim Mighty Ducks, the Wings had a strong second period, started by Nick Lidstrom's blast, 2-1 Detroit. Later, Slava Kozlov's wrister beats Mikhail Shtalenkov. Wings lead 3-1. On the power play, Darren McCarty to Brendan Shanahan. That's the game winner. 3 second-period goals were the difference. The Wings win 4-3, improving on the best record in the league. Robbie Nichols and the Generals looking for their 3rd win in as many nights. Unfortunately for Robbie, he got ejected and couldn't watch his team beat the Muskegon Fury. There's Ross Wilson with the goal in the first. Generals fans like it. Still in the first, Jeff Whittle shoots. It's stopped, but Kevin Kerr stuffs it home. Generals win 5-3. They're on the bus right now heading to Thunder Bay for Tuesday's game. The Pistons started the NBA season off Friday night with a win over the Washington Wizards. Tonight, Game 2 in New York, taking on the Knicks. Aaron McKee looking inside for the big fella. Brian Williams with the slam. He had 10 points, but Larry Johnson and the Knicks lead most of the first half. It was 37-34. But the second half was Grant Hills hitting the triple here. Then he pulls up, hangs, and is fouled, and he makes it. A little defense from Grant causing the turnover and slamming it home. Hill scored 32 points and grabbed 8 boards. Pistons go to 2-0, winning 94-86. And on to golf. The final tournament of the PGA season finished up. The Tour Championship is not a major, however, there is some major money at stake. $720,000 for the winner in Houston. David Duval making a move here on the 13th. The Eagle putt rolls and it drops. He's tied with Davis Love atop the leaderboard, but the PGA champion would falter here, missing the putt. Love finished 3rd. A short putt for Duval on the 18th. for the win. David Duval wins the Tour Championship at 11 under, his third consecutive victory. To the racetrack and the Duralube 500, Jeff Gordon is in trouble here. He finished in 17th place. The winner was Dale Jarrett, making the Winston Cup point standings a bit tighter. Gordon leads Jarrett by 77 points and Mark Martin by 87 with one race to go. We'll slow down the racing for a few miles an hour with the New York City Marathon. It was John Kagwe from Kenya finishing first for the men with a time of 2 hours, 8 minutes, and 12 seconds. Francisca Rosette Moser of Switzerland won on the women's side. And back to football, a couple of high school pairings for the playoffs, which start on Friday. Byron takes Bendel Friday night, while the Montrose Rams host Elkton Pigeon Bayport. And we can't tell you all about the listings, but you check your local paper and they'll have all that information for you.
All right.